Hello champs, what is map method? What is the working of reduce method? Why filter method is required? Okay, so all information about these three methods I'm talking about in this video. Welcome to all of you on my Pyara Sha channel Coding from Mumbai. So in this video I'm talking about the remaining method of arrays. Okay, so without any further let's get start the video. Now let's talk about the map method. What is the working of map method? What is the syntax of creating map method? So before talking about all information about map method, I want to tell you one thing, that the most important thing, what exact problem is solved by the map method. That is very important. So first focus on what is the exact problem is solved by the map method. After that I want to talk about all information about map method. So what is the problem? Problem is on your screen. You can see here I am simply creating array. That array contain a 5 numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now my requirement is I want to create a new array. That array contain the exact square of all these elements that are contained by original array. What is my problem? I want to create a new array. In that I want to store the square of each and every element of this array without affecting this original array. You can say I am able to do that by simply creating a new array, and then manually I am putting the square of each and every element like this. Okay, my answer is to you, you are right, you are completely right, but this is not the answer. What happened? This original array contain the 10,000 elements, 10,000 number. Are you going to write the square of 10,000 number in your new array? You can, but this is not a good way. This is not a coding. This is not a programming. That way you are write all the square of each and every element manually. So for solving this type of exact problem, map interface comes into picture. Okay, so now I think you can understand why map interface is required and in which type of problem we are use the map interface. So let's understand the most important point I want to point out here. So what is the reason, exact reason why we are using map interface? Whenever we want to create any new array with the existing array, by making the small changes in each and every element of the original array to store into a new array. So in that position we have required the map method. So this is the requirement, this is the problem, problem is solved by the map method. Now let's understand what is the map method and all information about map method. So here I am writing some information about map method. You can see first point about map method is creates a new array from calling a function for every array element. Means this map method create a new array which is our requirement, and that array is formed by calling a function for each and every element of original array. This method does not execute the function for empty elements. Means in array there is not any element contained by the array. At that time this map method does not call the function. Which type of function I am talking about later. Now third point is does not change the original array. This is the major requirement of our problem. My problem is to update the value of original array to store into new array without affecting the original one. The same exact problem is solved by the map method. It says I am creating a new array, I am not calling a function when array is empty, and I am not affecting the original array. So these are the points that is solved by the map method. What is the syntax of writing map method? So we have to write name of array, then dot, then calling map method. That map method contain a callback function. I think you know what is the meaning of callback function. It is a simple function, a function which we can able to pass as an argument inside another function. So this is a callback function that are taken as an argument by the map method, and this callback function contain 3 arguments. Only first argument is the require, and these 2 argument is a not required. Means this 2 argument is optional. First argument is the current value of array, second argument is the index of particular element, and third is our original array. And after this callback, first argument is a callback function of map method, and second argument is this value. This is a value that indicate whenever this callback execute. So this is the value indicate the actual value or current value. So this is a simple syntax of creating a map method. Let's solve this problem by using map method. Okay, so I just simply want to comment this line. Now I am creating a new array. Let nrr is equal to array name, then dot map method. In that we have to pass a callback function. I'm simply creating a callback function like this. Okay, this is a callback function. Which callback function? This whole part is a callback function. And this callback function contains three arguments. First is current value, second one is current index, third one is array. So I'm just putting the current value, only one argument which is required, current value. Okay, now I am just doing one thing, that is current value, and this callback function return the square of this value, means current value into current value. Okay, after that I am simply want to print the value of this new array. I think I am done. What I'm doing here, I'm simply creating a map method. In that I'm passing a callback function as an argument, and that function contains three arguments by default, but the actual required argument is current value, and remaining optional argument I'm not writing here, that is the index, and third one is array. And this method return the square of current value, and all the value are stored into a new array, that is NAR, and after that I'm just printing the new array. Let's run the program. You can see I'm getting the square of each and every element of the original array without affecting the original array. How I know I'm not affecting original array? So I simply print the original array. But this line I want to print after this line. So you can able to relate that I'm not making any changes into the original array, and I'm creating a new array. That array contain the square of each and every element. So I think you can understand what is the exact meaning of map interface, how map interface works. Now what happen if I want to create a new array, and that array contain the each and every element, means I want to add 5 each and every element of this original array, and then that element I want to store into new array. How I can do that? So I want to remove all these things. Let's take another example of map interface. So for that I'm simply creating an array is equal to ARR1 is equal to, which contain a number like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then my requirement is to create a new array and adding 5 number in each and every array. So by using map interface I can do this. So let ARR2 is equal to ARR1 dot map, and then I'm just writing here callback function which contain a current value, and I'm not using any other type of argument, and we can write here index like this and array, but this is not required. This is an optional argument. Okay, now here I'm just writing this function return the current value plus 5. Okay, after that I'm just printing the both array, means original array and the affected or a new created array, ARR1. Then I want to print ARR2. Now let's run the program. You can see the output. This is an older one array and this is a newer one array. I'm just creating an array and adding 5 number in each and every element of the older one array. So this is the whole information about map interface. Why map interface is required? I think you know till now. What is the main reason by using the map interface? What type of exact problem is solved by the map interface? Okay. Now let's talk about the second method, filter method. So I follow the same process. Before talking about all information about the filter method, I'm just focused on what type of exact problem is solved by the filter method. Okay, so I'm simply creating an array. That array contain the age of employee. You can see. Now my question is to you. You have to filter out all the age of employee that age is greater than 40 and store into new array. You can say I am do that by simple creating a new array like updated age is equal to, and simply manually filter out all the age of employee that age is greater than 40. So here is 45, then 59, then 48. My answer is to you, you are right. You are right, but this is not an answer. Why? What happened? This array contain the 30,000 age, 30,000 element or 1,000 element. Are you going to filter out manually? you can't able to do manually in less amount of time. It takes a huge amount of time to filter out from a large group of data. So for solving this type of exact problem, filter method comes into picture. Understand? I think you can now relate that why filter method is required, what types of exact problem is solved by the filter method. Okay, so let's take a information about filter method. Creates a new array, okay, filled with elements that pass the condition provided by a function. Means we are calling a function. In that function we are creating a condition. If an element of the array is past that condition, so I'm simply filled that new array by that element. Second point, does not execute the function for empty element. Same here, if the array does not contain any element, so I didn't want to filter out. Third is very important, does not change the original array. Means this method also does not affect the original array. Without affecting the original array, I am simply filter out all the elements that elements are past our requirement condition. Okay, so this is information about filter method. What is syntax? Syntax is completely same, only name is going to be changed. In the place of map we are using the filter. Okay, it takes a callback function which contain the current value, index of that element of current value, and then array of original array. And this is a value which can point out the current value or this value when this callback is executed. Now let's take example how we can able to write the filter method and how we are able to solve this type of problem by using filter method. Okay, I just want to comment out here. Let's look at it how I'm able to solve this problem. Okay, so simply I'm comes here and creating a new array, like new array is equal to, I'm simply writing the name of a array, which name of original array, employee, then dot filter. We are passing the callback function. In callback function I'm simply using the only one argument that is required. I'm not using the all argument that is optional. Only current value argument is required. So I'm simply writing here current value, and then I'm using the callback function like this, and this function return only those if current value is greater than 40. Okay, and then I just want to print the new array. Let's see what is the output. You are able to see I am getting the exact 3 element. That element is greater than 40. By using filter method I can able to filter out all those element. Those element is past the current condition. Those element is past the condition, whatever condition are provided by our side. Means for each and every element this callback function is execute and it checks 18 is greater than 40 or not. If not, so left out. If 35 is greater than 40, no, so left out. 20 is 28, so left out. 45 is greater than 40, so this value is returned by the filter method. That element are stored into the new array, and remaining 59 and 48 also are stored into the new array. So how I think you can able to understand how filter method is works and what is the type of exact problem is solved by the filter method. Now let's take another example of filter method so you can able to understand. Okay, I'm simply creating an array which contain a AR1 is equal to, which contains some data like random data. I'm just putting here. What is this? Like this. Okay, now I just want to filter out all the elements from this array. I'm creating a new array, ARR2 is equal to ARR1 dot filter, and this method contain a callback function which contain a current value which is a required argument. Okay, and then I'm simply using this. Now I just want to filter return only those elements by this function the current value is greater than or equal to 50. After that I just want to print the console. What is console? Why it is not showing? I just did not know. console.log and then arr1 console.log arr2. Okay, I think it is done. Now I just want to print both the array, updated as well as the older one. Let's see. You are able to see I'm getting the array. This is array. This is our original array which contain all the data, and this array is contain only those element that element is greater than 50. I think you are able to understand how filter method is works, how filter method are filter out all the element that element is currently that element is past the given condition inside the callback function. So this information about the filter method. Now let's talk about the reduce method. So I am follow same process. Before talking about all information about the reduce method, my simple focus is what type of exact problem is solved by the reduce method. So in this screen, you can see I'm simply creating arr1 array that contain a huge amount of data. Now my question is to you, you have to add all the element of this particular array. You can see I'm simply creating a new array, a variable like add. I'm simply writing here 56 plus 13. I'm just adding all the element manually by using our brain or by using calculator. But this is not a good way. This is not a programming. So for solving this problem, for solving this type of problem, reduce method comes into picture. Okay, means what is main requirement, what type of problem? Means an array which contains huge amount of data. But my question is to you, you have to multiply all the element and then return a single value. Or you have to add all the element of array, you have to return a single value. You have to subtract all the element by themselves and return a single value. So for solving this type of problem, means I just want to return a single value performing the task on each and every array element. So in that case, reduce method are used. So understand? I think you can understand till now. Let's talk about the reduce method, all information about that. Okay, so I'm simply writing some points. Reduce method executes a reducer function for array element. Means for each and every array element, reduce method is call a or executes a reducer function. Second point, this method returns a single value. I just want to again tell you, this reduce method return a single value. That value may be a summation of all the element. That value may be a summation multiplication of all the element. On our requirement basis, this method only return a single value. The function's accumulated result. Method does not execute the function for empty array element. Same if array is empty, so this method is not execute because there is not any input, there is not any element. Last one, method does not change the original array. Without changing the original array, we are able to get some summation or a multiplication, whatever I want, able to get into single variable result. What is the syntax of reduce method? We have to write the name of original array, then reduce name of method. Then we have to provide a callback function. That function is called for each and every element of the array. And that function contain the 4 argument, in which 2 argument is compulsory and rest of the argument are the optional. First argument is the total, which contain the total value. It may be summation of total, it may be multiplication of total, whatever. This current value indicate the current value of a array, and this argument indicate the current index of that array, and this ARR indicates the actual array or original array. After this callback, this reduce method also take a optional argument, that is initial value. If I am passing any initial value in that initial value argument, so that value are initialized by the current value. Means for example, I am using a reduce method, and after passing a callback, I am simply passing a year like 6. So current value initially contain the 6. Understand? So if I want to store some initial value into current value argument, so by using the initial value argument, I can able to put here. Okay, so this information about the syntax of reduce method. Let's take understand how I am able to add all the element of this array by using the reduce method. Okay, so let's understand here. I'm simply creating a variable const like sum is equal to arr1 dot not filter reduce, which contain a function callback function. Okay, I'm not taking example of initial value, I'm taking second example of understanding the argument of initial value. I'm just taking 2 argument that is required. First one is total, second one is current value. So I'm simply writing here total, and then current value. Okay, in that function, this function returns some input, this function returns some output, that is total is equal to total plus current value. Means I just want to add all the element, means I just want to add all the element by writing total plus current value. Okay, and then in the end I just want to return it, so I'm not writing in the same line, I'm simply change the line here, so you are able to understand very well without any confusion. Okay, now you are see, I'm simply add all the element into total, and then after that I'm simply return the total. Now I just want to print the sum. Let's see what is the output. 1710, means I can able to add all the element of array by using the reduce method. Now what happen if I want to multiply all the elements? So I'm simply writing here total into multiply by current value, and I just want to write here, change the name of variable like multiply, and then I want to print the multiply. Multiply. Okay, let's run the code. What is the output? Understand. So this is the multiplication of each and every element of this particular ARR1 array. Means, so this is the way of using the reduce method. Not only reduce, so this is the example of reduce method. Let's take another example of understanding the reduce method. I'm simply creating an array. 1 is equal to, which contain data like 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 3 elements, 3, 4, 5 for understanding better. Now I just want to add all these 3 elements. What is the addition? Manually, 3 plus 4, 7, 7 plus 5, 12. Okay, I'm simply creating variable let sum is equal to ARR1 dot reduce, and then I'm using a callback function with the fat arrow function, and then I'm passing a argument that is total and then a current value. Okay, now I also passing an initial value that is like 10. You are able to understand. When I'm talking about the syntax of creating a reduce method, that time I was tell you, whenever you are passing the any initial value as an argument inside the reduce method, that this particular current value argument or a variable is initialized by this particular current value. Okay, I just want to return some message. Return sum is equal to, not sum, total. Total is equal to total plus current value. After that I just want to print the console.log sum. Now what I'm doing, I'm simply adding all the element of this particular array by using the total is equal to total and the current value. Current value is also always change, so all the value are stored into the total variable. But I'm doing one thing here, I'm simply passing the 10 as the initial value of current value argument. So initial value of current value is 10. After that, the summation of all these elements are getting. Now I just want to run the program. What is the output? Let's see. Output is 22. Why? I'm manually adding all the elements, that is 12. But output is 22. Reason is I'm just passing the initial value of current value variable is 10. So this is the use of initial value argument inside the reduce method. How initial value argument works inside the reduce method. I think your concept about all these method, first one is map method, second one is filter method, and last one is reduce method is clear in this video. Okay, if you have any doubt till now after watching all these 3 methods in this particular video, so please comment. I'm damn sure I want to respond your comment very best way. I just want to try to solve your problem, your confusion. Okay, so thanks for watching this video. Bye bye.